Okay, it looks like I am live. All right, I think I have to go into Instagram here. Give me 1 second. All right, perfect. Okay, hello. I don't know where I see chats or anything on this. We're trying out something new so that I can go live on multiple platforms. I'm usually hanging out on Instagram usually. So today I want to chat with you guys about the anatomy of a 7-figure a year ultrasound business owner. We're celebrating this year 20 years in our own ultrasound business. And it's just crazy to me that it's been that long, first of all, but just celebrating as well the number of clients that we have helped over the years. So I know I'm going live on other platforms that I haven't gone live on before. So all my Instagram followers, give me a moment to just say hello to everyone else and give a quick background. So we have been providing ultrasound services ourselves here in Indiana for 20 years this month. So exciting for us. We have added over the years multiple other divisions that have created a 7-figure a year business for us year after year after year. And one of those has been coaching other sonographers to start, operate, and grow their own ultrasound businesses. And so I want to take some time today. And again, this is the first time I've ever used StreamYard. So I think you guys can comment in the chats. If you can't, just DM me, I guess, and I'll answer your questions. But I want to go over the anatomy of a 7-figure a year ultrasound business owner. So again, we've been working with sonographers for over 15 years. We have hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of clients that we've worked with. That's where I spend most of my time. And we have many sonographers in the high 6-figure range. We just had our first client hit 7 figures a year, which is just absolutely incredible. So I want to give you some insight into what that actually looks like, what that takes. And if you want to see, we had a session on our last workshop with her, Donna, our client that just hit 7 figures. If you'd like to see her interview she did with me, shoot me a DM. I'm happy to send that over. It was so fun chatting with her and just so cool to see what she's built over the last, I believe, 9 years that she's been in business. Number one is faith. And this is faith in yourself. It is faith in understanding that what you're about to embark upon is put in your mind for a reason, right? We all have these goals and dreams that are put in our mind for a reason. So having the faith to understand that what you are about to do, what you're about to embark on, if you're looking at starting your own ultrasound business, is going to be difficult. It is going to cause, discomfort because you're going to have to get out of your comfort zone, but understanding that you have to have faith to know, right, that all of the things that you're going to be working on, even as you continue to grow your business, right? When you look at adding on additional types of services, or you look at adding on team members to your business, all of those things put you outside that comfort zone, and you are going to have to work before you see results. And that is something that is so difficult for us as humans to do, right? So we want to, and I'll use the anatomy of, or the idea of investing in, let's say, the stock market, right? We have to invest money to be able to see a return. When we do that, we're doing it in faith, right? Looking at the different things we can invest in, looking at what those trends are, figuring out a plan. Most of the time we hire someone who knows what they're doing to help us do those things. But that is putting our investment, right? Whether it's time, money, et cetera, into something before seeing the actual return. And that's exactly what we are doing when we start our own business, right? So having that faith and understanding that we're going to have to do things before we actually see a return on the time and investment in money, resources, team, all of those things before we start seeing a return. The other thing I want to mention is understanding. So, point number 2 here is understanding that there are going to be roadblocks and being ready for those, right? Just like in life, there are roadblocks that come all of the time, and we can have two different, kind of mentalities about that, right? One is, this is happening to me. Can't believe this is happening. Woe is me. Feeling sorry for ourselves, or even worse, quitting when the going gets tough, right? Or the other mentality we can have is, okay, I knew there was going to be roadblocks. This one's a doozy, right? How do I utilize the resources that I have, my mind, my team, my mentors, whatever that is? How do I get around this particular roadblock to move in the direction that I'm wanting to go? So it's either that victim mentality or it's that I am going to overcome mentality. So understanding that those roadblocks are going to come and to be prepared for those pivots that we have to make, and understanding that we get to choose how we perceive those problems, issues, detours we have to take, roadblocks that come into our way, and have either the victim mentality or have that I will overcome mentality. And I'm sure you can guess the I will overcome mentality always wins out, right? It gets us to the detour much quicker than sitting in a woe is me, mindset. Number 3 is working on revenue generating activities. Okay. So understanding that the things that drive revenue in our businesses, the things that move the needle forward, are always the things that initially are the most uncomfortable, right? Comfort is not where we grow. We do not grow inside our comfort zone. And so understanding that we have to step outside our comfort zone and work on the things that are actually going to move the needle forward is absolutely essential. Focus on serving others is number 4. Okay. And so I love to really think about this in the way that I know most of you probably do, where if you're thinking about starting your own ultrasound business, or you have started your own ultrasound business, likely you did that because you absolutely love taking care of patients, serving your communities, but you wanted to do it on your own terms, right? You wanted to be able to serve others in a way that your hospital isn't able to as a huge conglomerate, that your imaging center isn't able to with the management they have in place, right? I'm giving examples of what I have heard sonographers say so many times, right? Maybe there is a gap in your market where the scheduling is taking forever because of staffing shortages, right? As the owner of your company, that you can provide services in a way that's going to serve your community. And if we always lead with service, right? Now, I'm not saying revenue isn't important. I'm not saying we should not have revenue goals that we are looking at on a regular basis to ensure that we're meeting. As a business, those are things we have to do. But if we lead with actual service, right, and that's our focus, the revenue will always come, right? If we're working on the right things, but leading with service, the revenue will always come. And what also comes when we set it up that way is patients who are continuing to come back, right? Physicians who continue year after year to utilize our services. When we lead with service, we grow so much faster and retain so much more than if our revenue is, or our mindset is solely on the revenue side. So leading with service, that is number 4. Number 5 is team. I don't know how many business owners, sonography business owners that I have chatted with over the last few months who have their own current business and have reached out to us for help from our coaching division because they are absolutely tapped out and overwhelmed. They're doing all the things in their business. Now, as a startup, that's what we do, right? We're usually the ones scanning, the ones marketing, the ones selling. We're the janitors. We're all the things in the beginning. But we have to understand that we have to start buying back our time as we grow with team. And so you can look at that in a multitude of different ways, right? Maybe the first team member you bring on is even just a virtual assistant, right? To help you out with the scheduling and making sure reports got where they needed to go and all of the admin side of the business, right? Maybe it's a full-time receptionist slash administrator, right? If you have your own clinic, let's say, and they're answering the phones and scheduling patients and ensuring reports got where they need. Maybe you've decided, hey, I love scanning, but I only want to do that a day or two a week to keep my skills up. And I really want to focus on, the CEO role of my company. So maybe one of the first people you bring on is an additional sonographer to be able to help you out with the actual scanning. There are so many ways that you can do that, but there's only so much time. Everyone only has 24 hours in a day. And so you will find yourself capped at your growth because there's just not enough hours in the day for you to get done everything that needs to get done to continue to grow your business and also keep you from burning out, right? We have to remember that there are multiple divisions of our lives in essence, right? Yes, there's business when we're a business owner, but there's also family. There's also friends. There's also our faith, right? There's also us taking care of ourselves. So making sure that we have time in our day to do all of those things. Because if your time is, 10, 12 hours a day working on all of your business stuff, you're going to get burnt out real quick. And so you cannot sustain that for a long period of time, or you're going to start sabotaging the business growth that you've already made. And so understanding that team is a huge, huge part of growth and sustainment inside your business is huge. And then number 6 is diversifying your revenue streams. I talk about this all the time. And it's something I discuss on a regular basis with my clients inside our ultrasound business coaching division because it's so important. We want to start out with one or a hybrid of a couple business models, right? A couple that make kind of sense to put together. As an example, mobile ultrasound, where you're going out providing services to physician offices and also maybe nursing facilities, right? Or maybe you're going to start as a fee-for-service mobile business, but you're going to add in being able to bill insurance rather quickly, right? Those make sense to put together. So looking at starting with one business model or a hybrid of a few that makes sense to put together initially. And then as you're out marketing, listening to the patients in your community, the physicians in your community, the facilities in your community. What do they need and what are they asking for? And understanding that that doesn't necessarily mean that you picked the wrong model in the beginning, right? I know when we first started our business 20 years ago, we were a facility. Mobile ultrasound wasn't really a thing at that time. And when we added in our mobile division, one of the things I heard on a regular basis when I was out marketing those services was, oh man, I love the idea of having this in our practice, but we don't want to do the billing, right? I heard that from a lot of physicians in our area. If I would have just taken that and said, my gosh, well, we only provide fee for service right now, I guess I should stop marketing this because, the last 5 people that I went to didn't want it set up this way. Instead, I just kept a spreadsheet. And in my mind, right, it's that mindset shift again. I thought, wow, this could potentially be our best next bet as the next type of service that we bring in, because I have a ton of potential clients now on this list. Now, I kept putting new physician clients in the top of our sales funnel, right? Talking to more and more physicians, and we got more and more and more contracts for the fee-for-service option. But I knew the next likely business model to add in was going to be where we were billing insurance directly because I already had a list of physicians who were excited about that opportunity. And so listening to our market to understand what needs to be the next thing that we bring in as our next option is key. And then understanding what that does for it is it just continues to open up our market, right? If I start as a facility, right, which we did, we offered 3D ultrasound, diagnostic ultrasound, right? Now I've got two types of patients that I can market to. Then we added in mobile ultrasound fee for service, right? Now I'm also marketing to physicians. I'm growing my market share because now I have more services that I can provide to more people, right? Then we added on the ability to be able to bill. It's exactly what my client Donna did, moving her business into 7 figures a year, right? She has mobile ultrasound fee for service. She has her own location where she does diagnostics. She does 3D. I think she's added in like a nurse practitioner. She's doing all kinds of cool stuff. She just added on staffing and got a huge contract for that. So it's diversifying your revenue, but over time and understanding that those are the things that are going to move the needle, right? Working on the difficult things in our business, which brings me to point number 7, continuing to up level our capacity. And what I mean by that are the things that we can handle. Okay. If you would have put me, Jennifer, from 20 years ago when we first started our business into this chair right now, running a 7-figure a year business, multiple divisions, multiple team members, right? All of the things that it takes to have a business of that size, that 20-year ago Jennifer, right? Jennifer from 20 years ago would be crying in the corner because I hadn't up leveled myself to enough iterations, right? Where I had the capacity to be able to deal with the things that I deal with now on a daily basis. Fast forward 10 years from now, I'm going to be a completely different person, right, than I am today. And so understanding that what we need to do is say, okay, what's the next level version of myself that needs to take me, right, from staff sonographer, as an example, just starting out, staff sonographer, to the owner of my own ultrasound business? What capacity leap do I need to make, right? Do I need to be, more organized? Do I need to, understand sales more? Like, what does that person look like? What does that person need to know? What kind of capacity do they need to have? And then how do I get there? And so looking at what that next level version of you needs to be, and then understanding what you need to do to get to that next level will happen over and over and over again. And that's how we continue to grow as a person, as a business owner, as a leader to our teams. It's so important to understand, right? And then we're going to up level again when we first start our business. Now we're the new business owner. We need to up level. Okay, what does this look like when now I'm running a company that's making 6 figures a year, right? And I'm able to leave my 9 to 5. I'm probably going to have to hire maybe my first team member at this point. What does that next level person look like? Well, I probably have to know how to manage a team, right? I probably have to figure out the things that I'm going to need in my business for someone to take over, right? I'm going to have to make sure I have all of my operational stuff really streamlined if I'm going to have that many clients or that many patients coming in that I'm making 6 figures a year, right? So it's just looking at what that next level version of ourselves looks like, understanding what that person needs to be, and then closing the gap between who we are today and up leveling ourselves into that next level version. Okay, I can't see any chats here, so I don't know if anyone's commented, has questions. Let me go over and see if I can see anything from Instagram. No, I don't know how to do this, you guys. This is the thing. This is what I was talking about today. We have to get out of our comfort zone every once in a while, right? I have no idea what I'm doing today on StreamYard, but I'm trying it because I have so many people that are messaging us from LinkedIn, from YouTube, right? From Facebook. And I only go live weekly right now on Instagram. So I'm trying something new. This is your lesson for the day, to try something new, even though you don't know exactly how to work it. Okay, I just don't think we have. Let's see. Some destinations won't get comments. All right. Well, if you want to DM me on whatever platform you are watching on, if you have any questions about this, or if you have any questions about how you get to this next level, right? So one of the things, of course, that our clients have done to, as quickly as possible, close that knowledge gap is worked with us in our Ultrasound Business Academy. It is the way to jump over the 20 years of experience we have with our step-by-step processes. And so we just had a kickoff session yesterday for our latest session. I would love to get you guys more information. Our team right now is doing free business prep sessions where we are asking a few questions. We'll get you some best next steps, whether or not we're able to help. And then a lot of those are if it looks like that might be something we can do, or getting a call scheduled directly with me. So if that is of interest, again, those are totally free. They're like a 15-minute quick session with my team. Just post a comment or send me a DM if you're not able to do that, since I'm streaming on just a new platform that I don't know very well at this point. Shoot me over a DM and we can absolutely get you scheduled with a call with my team. It's been so fun hanging out with you guys today. I hope you got some good overview lessons today on what it looks like to start and grow your own ultrasound business, some of the things that you need to have in place. And I will see you guys back next week. I'll try to learn a little bit more about the comment situation here on StreamYard, but I love that we can go live on multiple platforms and kind of meet you guys where you are. So have the best rest of your day. I'll see you guys next week, and I'll see you in my DMs if you have any questions.